There it is. Get there. Show it now. Show it live. We'll do it live. Budweiser Nashville 29th Annual West Coast Premier Open Show. Scott Schweitzer here with a couple of his drivers, Rob Sanders and Lee Jensen. And Scott, you got to be fired up for this weekend. You got to look forward to this.
We do. This is a great event. We got great drivers. These guys put on a heck of a show. 2 days of nonstop dirt track racing. I mean, we got a ton of racing scheduled. We start gates open at 4. We start racing at 5, and it's nonstop for 2 days. And the racing's clean too, which we didn't mention before. I mean, we get to the Bud Nationals, we have some premier guys from all over California that come here, and these guys, which Bakersfield, I've always said, has the best drivers to begin with, and we get the best of the best here. And we get by the time we get to main events, they've worked down. We got the 22 best cars, and they put on a heck of a show.
When let me ask you this, guys, from a question of preparation. You start your season. You're working toward. Is this what you guys work toward? Is the performing in this thing at the highest level?
Yeah, I guess so. But like we got involved with the point racing, so there comes a point when you quit taking chances. And it's always fun at the end of the year. We head to the Bud Nationals and we head there to win it.
Right.
There's no messing around. There's no points involved, and we're there for one reason, and that's to win it.
What about you, Rob?
I got out of the points thing from a while ago.
Yeah.
I race select events, and I always race Bakersfield whenever they're having a show. When I can make it, definitely. If there's a late model show somewhere else in the state that I want to go to, I'll go to that. But the Bud Nationals, you take a break. Usually, I take a break with my equipment a month before the Bud Nationals, get the thing ready, get Chris down there. We get together and we definitely try to get the setup. That's the premier event. You're getting guys from, like he said, all over the state. I don't know how many guys are coming from Oregon or not, but usually sometimes you'll get some guys from Oregon, Arizona. I know there's a couple. Whitwell's coming in for the mods. I think you get some quality racing at a local track.
Right.
Usually you have to travel. Tucson in January, you'll find the same kind of caliber drivers, but you definitely get set. You win the Bud Nationals, you get to brag about it all winter long. That's basically, you get bragging rights for the off season.
And Bobby Hogue made that statement in Speedway Illustrated. It's one of those races that you want to have on your bucket list that you won, and that's how these guys and a lot of the racers feel. I mean, to say you won a Bud National, that's something they want they want that big check hanging in their garage.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it means a lot. So, and that's what's cool about it. And they do get to put the points racing aside. It's their weekend to go have fun, but they're probably more serious about this race than the points racing, because just to say you won a Bud National.
My first ever career win was in 2005, the Bud Nationals in the street stocks, come through a B main. But when I was done, Scott Pounds told me, he said, you could retire right now and be happy. And
there you go.
That my only win.
Yeah.
What's the level of competition like this weekend? Well, tell me about that too, because you're in your class. It was a battle. I mean, you got the points title and everything, but I mean, any given week, it was always something a little bit different there, or everyone battled.
And and we'll have some good guys coming with their B mods from out of town. So there'll be some guys that I haven't raced with. We didn't travel very far like some of the others here in Bakersfield, Spainhauer and Dotson's. They've raced with a lot of the guys that'll be there, and I haven't, but they'll definitely, the competition will be elevated.
Right.
In every division.
And talk about your competition.
Fortunately with the late models, there aren't a lot of late models, actual late models in California. Right. So we race with pretty much the same guys.
Okay.
Week in and week out. We travel. We're a traveling series. We'll go all over the state. We usually, like I said, race with the same guys. But the competition is there's always anybody can win those shows. You get Bobby Hogue racing against him every week. That's definitely a challenge. Drake's going to be, a lot of these guys.
You toss in these Oregon guys. Glasser's run well down here before. I don't know if he's still running. And I've heard there's some guys coming out from back east as well.
Yeah, usually I don't know if May is coming down or Glazier. I don't know I don't know who's coming. He would know more than who's coming or not. But usually get a few of those guys, and I usually see them in Arizona. But definitely the competition. Everybody's elevated. Everybody takes that extra time. They bolt that new set of tires on. They always go through their shock program, whereas they wouldn't have done it before. The infinitesimal amount of different changes and setups you can run. They're going to bring out the best for this show, and you guys definitely got to got to be there and spread the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It's going to be one of those things that's.
Do you guys actually freshen up their motors for this race, or do they wait?
It depends. On a late model motor, you don't go more than 20, 25 races max on a late model engine. Then you got to have it freshened. I'm at the end of my cycle, and so we'll be sending it back to Wisconsin over to their Pro Power for a freshen up after the Bud Nationals. Mod engines, you bring your best out there. And so it is what it is. It's where it is in the program. Sometimes you'll freshen up before the Bud Nationals. Sometimes you'll wait after. Motors usually run best right before they go. That is definitely, you kind of, you gotta roll the dice sometimes, I guess.
Tell me, Rob, why should people come out to see you guys race this weekend? What's the selling point for this?
The selling point is you're gonna come out and the place is gonna be packed. I mean, it's going to be the place to be come Friday and Saturday night. I mean, you say, what's going on this weekend? If you talk to somebody, was the fair? Okay, we'll go to the fair. Well, this weekend is the Bud Nationals at Bakersfield Speedway, and that's what you need to spread. You need to say, hey, what is going on this weekend? What are we going to do? 80-something degree weather. It's going to be beautiful, packed. Beer's going to be cold, Food's always great.
And here's the deal, too. If you want to get a better experience, buy your pit pass.
Absolutely.
Get a pit pass, go through the pits, because
that's a great experience.
you're going to have a lot of places to wander in the pits and see every type of car you want to see.
And these guys are all approachable too.
Yeah.
I mean, they love to see new fans. I mean, a lot of fans don't get to go down in the pits, and these guys, that's, in my opinion, the biggest hurdle in racing is put a face with a name. So if you want to, our pits are open. Anybody that wants to buy a pit pass, go down there
Get
and
down
hang
there.
out.
These pits aren't roped
And
off.
I like to just go down and watch them work. I mean, that's the thing that's amazing about it, because most of the drivers, they got to get their hands dirty, working on the cars too, right?
And that's what they do. The drivers, they run the cars, and then they'll jump out, and they're down on the ground working on them. They're not just pointing fingers and people doing it for them. These guys are right there doing most of their changes.
Absolutely. And we got shirts, and everybody's got, usually the drivers, most guys that are, I don't know, most guys got their signature cards. You ask for a picture, an autograph. They're going to give it to the kids. The kids, bring the kids out. Absolutely. The kids love the races, and not to take away from asphalt racing at all, but there's constantly action every lap.
Yeah.
There's some guy banging off somebody, going into the corner harder than the other guy. There's something going on every lap. So, and I love asphalt racing. I'm not taking away from that at all, but it's definitely an action-packed. Like you said, the track constantly changes. There's 12 different lines on the track. Where are you going in, high, low? I mean, it's not follow the leader. It's definitely an action-packed race.
Lee, what are you looking forward to, and why should people come out and see you guys?
Well, I just hope I get another guitar. I'm looking forward to it. But people should come out. What you're going to see also, I guess I'll call it the hierarchy of, the American stocks are going to be there Friday, and they're a pretty entry-level division, and you're going to see some beating and banging and mad people and everything going on in that. These cars aren't going to be very straight. And you're going to go right up through the divisions, with the sport mods, the A mods, and then you're going to get into the late models where they're just a premier race car. Right. I mean, they are a finely tuned racing machine. And what people don't realize is if you set a dirt late model on track with like a NASCAR Cup car, a dirt late model would just school them. They have a power to weight ratio just second to none, and they are a premier race car. They're just awesome. So come out and just watch every part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Scott, this is the end of your season, but it's also the most exciting part of your season too.
It is. This is the one we look forward to. Last year we had 209 cars. We have a great ticket pricing for the family for 2 days. Come out, you see a ton of cars. You see the variety, like Lee said, from entry level to the top guys that Rob's racing against. I mean, they're the premier guys. And last year we had 31 late models. So to see 31 late models show up and battle for the prize, it's a cool deal. So we're there for 2 days. try to make at least one of them. We'd like to have everybody there twice, but
Yeah.
come on out, and it's definitely valuable. We got plenty of room to seat. The weather's going to be great. We got food. We got everything going on.
Anything
this
special
weekend.
else you're going to have as far as other attractions or anything like that, or just the racing? Should
You
be
know,
enough, right?
what we're selling out there is racing,
Yeah.
and that's what we give them. So when you get through the gate and we sing the national anthem, and then we start racing, and we don't stop till the night's over. Then we stay all night and prep the track, get it ready to do it all
And-
again the next day.
And these are starting earlier than normal.
5
Yeah,
o'clock,
we
right?
start. We have to start at 5 because we have so much going on.
Yeah.
We've got over 600 laps scheduled. This year, so ton of racing and good racing. And the other thing about it that they didn't really mention too is the wraps that these guys have on their cars. Everybody gets their cars redone for the Nationals, and you see cool colors, cool wraps, all the sponsors, and it's just a great visual, fun. Weekend for the family. So,
And then you get to plant wheat right after that, right?
well, I got a little truck jumping thing going on in
Oh, that's
2
right.
weeks, and as soon as we get done, jumping trucks
Maybe
and
Halloween
racing there,
thing?
There's building shows. You gonna have something in that, Lee? You gonna jump some truck or you go
Hey,
weld
yeah,
something?
yeah. I'm putting a Armageddon truck together for the I think it's like a 5-lap destruction derby is what it's going to be with trucks. So
I'm going lake. I don't know.
Easy there. All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff for sure. Let me just see if I can just reset again. Okay, here's Saturday's information again. $18 general admission, $16 for seniors, $16 for military with ID, $8 for kids 6 to 12. Griffith, kids
Camping,
500.
parking free, and
Yeah.
there's be some partying in the pits afterwards.
And then Friday night, get out there. It starts at 5 o'clock. Race starts at 5 o'clock. $13 general admission. Really a great value. $11 seniors. I mean, think about that. You can't really. I mean, that's one of the best values out there as far as that. You can't even go to the movies for that much more, anymore. So, camping, parking is free. Follow these guys on Twitter, on Facebook. You tweet them. They usually retweet you, and they're on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, just
So there you go.
find
Yep.
Lee on Friday night for the party.
Yeah.
that's exactly
There you
right.
go. All
I'll be
right.
in bed.
Good luck to all of you guys. Scott,
Thank you.
we'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you next week. We get to all the results and everything. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Bakersfield Motorsports Power Hour. This show is produced by Chris McCullough and Mike Griffith and myself, and it's shot here live at the Dignity Health Studios at the Bakersfield Californian. We'll see you guys again next week here on the Bakersfield Motorsports Power Hour.